Okay, so this is who I am. This is what I know. Okay, this is part of who I am. Okay, to know this. So the question might be, what else do I know? Is there more things that I know? That answer is yes, I know a lot more things about the earth and the disasters and where they come from, because I dedicated my life to asking that question, to finding the answer to that question. Okay? So all these people up here going about it's this and that, and they're going, they have no idea. There's only one person that's going to know the answer to that, to this disasters, and that's me. They're rare occurrence from a mistreated earth, a mistranslated earth, okay? A misdirected earth in respect of how I mentioned before, the rain being misdirected, going into the ocean, thereby causing the floods, excess weight, causing too much pressure, boom, earthquakes, then tsunamis. Then from evaporation, the water has to travel back, hence great winds. Now when it rains, that water evaporates on any bit of land, and it will stay there until it's time to rain again, and it comes back down in the same spot. Evaporate, come back down. Evaporate, come back down. The wind is always still in those areas. But when the water is misdirected out into the ocean, it has to evaporate all that water and then travel all the way back to those lands from where it's been misdirected, all those where it's trying to go, where it's trying to rain on the road to go where the earth is underneath, all to be deprived, has to all come back. And if you could imagine in a place where there's a lot of houses, big hurricanes, big, massive, huge hurricanes, comes along and destroys everything. It's got to come back as fast as it goes out, and it's pretty fast for a wind. You know, if you imagine all the water being drained out in all those pipes and stuff. So anyway, what else? What else? Turns out there's another cause of disasters, great disasters, and there's somewhere where there's a lot where I live, and that's fires. And they're not natural. They're very bad. Okay, trust me. They're most unkind. They're most unfriendly. They're most unnatural. From the mistreated earth, from the mistreatment of this earth. Okay. Now people are going on about, oh, there needs to be these fires so the earth can rejuvenate. So that us, no, it's not. The live things are not needed to be burnt to rejuvenate. If that is the case, then go burn yourself. Then what is it? It's as if to be saying to go burn all the whole entire people so they can rejuvenate again. No, it's not a good way to die. It's not a natural way to die. It's a stupid way to die. It's an unintelligent way to die. Obviously. So, what about these forests? Why have I mentioned these forests and the fires? Well, each year, every year, the branches fall from the trees. The leaves fall from the trees. And that gathers up over years and years. You imagine 100 years of leaves falling and branches falling. There's no grass anymore. By that time, the grass is deceased long ago, killed, has been destroyed long ago. When it rains, the rain can't penetrate the soil to get to the roots of the trees for the tree to go, and hence the trees begin to become dilapidated. In the summer, the sun has to become that much more hot to evaporate all that water, that moisture that's been trapped underneath all those branches and leaves, that it becomes so dry and it becomes such a fire hazard that the tiniest little spark will set that whole forest ablaze. And next minute, it's burning all down, all the live trees. Right? Then that's wrong. Okay, the correct way is to go out there and gather up all the branches and gather up all the leaves and incinerate them in another area, so that when it rains, the rain can penetrate the soil. It can get to the roots of those trees, and the trees can grow. There can be grass around. It can be nice for the animals to live in, nice clean habitat. So get busy. This is work. This is one of the jobs of heaven, to maintain the earth in respect to the forest in such a manner. Incineration. Why have I mentioned incineration? Well, incineration, when a thing is incinerated, it then becomes H2O. Have you ever looked at steam and smoke and noticed the similarity? They're both the same thing. They're both water, or H2O, that's being evaporated into the air and it dissipates out. It travels back to its origin and then it rains. Thus, the leaf can then grow on the tree again and the branch can come out of the tree again. Now, this is all common knowledge. I haven't gone to some big university or went to some school to know this. This is through me. This is through what I've realised in putting effort into my life, into being the best person I could be. Alright? Through studying myself and my goals and what my interests and who I am, and what I had to want for. This is life or death. I had to know this to survive, to keep on going. Because there was a time where I couldn't go anymore. I needed answers. And I nearly cried until I almost cried myself to death almost cried myself to death. Almost choked on my tears with my head on the mat. Okay? So this is where I'm coming from. This is the effort I've put in, what I've been through to find these answers. A lot of people have been through a lot of bad things, and this is maybe about, I'm guessing, the worst of it, probably 16 years ago, maybe 14 years ago. It was very bad. It was a very bad time. And now, I've gathered up all those answers, all the answers over the years, and I've come to the stage where now I begin to put these videos out. First it was posts to people that know me